What is going on, guys? Sly here, back again with another Mass Effect Andromeda video for you. So hope all of you out there are enjoying the game so far. Once you break past the first vault and open up the map to Heyyya vault along with unlocking all the Nexus, the scale of this game really comes alive. I mean, I drove for 20 minutes straight on Vault, opened up the map and realized I only traveled a third of the entire distance of the map. 33%, man, I could have sworn I was about to get to the end. Turned a corner and then boom, a huge scenic view showed me just how much I really had left. It is crazy big. But like most stunningly large games, you have to give up a few things to make all this space happen. And so far, I'm not finding that balance bad at all. The faces do get a lot better, the aliens are absolutely on point, and the environments are amazing. So far, it's worth a few unpolished faces to have all this extra game to play. Well, at least in my opinion. Anyways, I'll have a review up once I complete this bad boy, but today we're going to talk about solving the Remnant Puzzles. Now, at first, I had absolutely no idea how to make these work, but I stuck with it and ended up finding out how to do it and solve the one inside the very first vault, which is kind of at a hidden area. I'll be making a video about that as well, how to get there, but first I wanted to try and show you all how to take care of these simple but time-consuming puzzles. So this Remnant puzzle, basically, to sum it up, it's an alien Sudoku. Now for those of you who like puzzles, crosswords, Sudokus, stuff like that, then you probably will be passing this video by. But if you're like myself, who only really finished crosswords in elementary and then used to watch his girlfriend complete Sudokus at the beach, then this video is definitely for you. So to get started, somewhere in the vicinity there are two Remnant symbols. You'll need to scan those two in order to wake up the monolith, so to speak. Exactly how you did it when you and PB met. Now finding these symbols will allow you to initiate the puzzle and gain access. As of right now, there are only two symbols to find, but there could be more later in the game. But right now, the console will unlock as soon as you find these two. Now even though these symbols are on the monolith itself, as well as inside the puzzle, they are more for Sam to collect Remnant language and to unlock the puzzle itself, rather than be something there that helps you out with the puzzle. So don't think that these two symbols are the only ones you're allowed to use, because that is not the case. Don't let them confuse you. So after you scan the symbols, make your way back down to the center of the monolith, and if there are any of the consoles nearby that set up defenses, it's probably a good idea to grab those just in case. Now before we begin, you can override these consoles with a Remnant decryption key. It's a single-use override chip that gets used up as it cracks open whatever you're trying to do. I would recommend not using these until the end of the game, just to be safe. I have no idea how hard these are really going to get at the end, and if you're not good at puzzles, it's better to be safe than sorry. Now, the best way to do this is learn how to get these puzzles open, because one day you're going to be out of Remnant decryption keys and stuck trying to get in. So it's better late than never. Alright, so as you open the console, notice that some of the symbols are already laid out for you. Also notice that there are 4 squares inside of a larger one. Absolutely erase those small squares out of your mind. They will do nothing but confuse you. Instead, think of this puzzle as one giant square with 4 lines left and right and 4 lines up and down. Also, for right now, ignore the highlighted shape statement. This is also something that will confuse you at first. Now it may come back later in the game, and if so, we will deal with it then. But for right now, all you need to worry about are rows and columns. So as you can see in this particular puzzle, the top left is pretty much full, and that's the best place to start. The idea is that you want to create a column or rows of symbols that are all completely different. You cannot have any repeat symbols in a row or column. Each 4 spaces have to be a unique symbol. So the best place to start solving are to look for rows and columns that need the least amount of work. For instance, this very top row of 4 symbols only needs 1 more to complete. So since there are only 4 options to choose from, this makes it a no-brainer on which symbol to use. Now, since we know for sure that this is the correct symbol, that will help you solve the column it's on as well. Then with this column solved, the second row now only needs 1 more symbol to complete, and since we are 100% sure that the past 2 lines of glyph are indeed correct, then choosing this one will also come very easy. The hard part comes when you have a row or column with 2 blank spots, and solving other areas of the puzzle didn't help you narrow it down. So basically now it becomes a game of trial and error. There are only 4 symbols to choose from, and with rows and columns holding 4 spaces, this is rather an easy puzzle once you get started. The more you solve, the more rows and columns will open up to you. Always try to think 1 step ahead. Since you cannot use the same glyph or symbol twice in any row or column, you need to always be looking to your next move. So, for example, This first line, we are initially looking at row number 1, the very top. Now, even though the answer is pretty obvious here, once your symbol is chosen, you will also need to be looking at the column. Just because one symbol works in that particular row doesn't mean that it will work for the column as well, especially when you're dealing with 2 blank spaces. Now, here at the beginning of the game, they're relatively easy and simple to find out, but I'm assuming as things progress, they will get harder. But yeah, that's about it, guys. The key is that the symbols you scan in the beginning really do nothing to help you with the puzzle. They are simply a way to activate the puzzle. Now, once you're in, always look for the least amount of work first and always be thinking one step ahead. If a certain symbol works well here, what's my next move? And does that symbol work vertically as well as horizontally? Because you cannot repeat that same symbol again going up or down. Once you get the first few symbols right, the rest starts to fall into place. Like I said earlier, forget the smaller squares for now and focus on it being one large square. You got this, guys, and once you get the hang of it, you wonder why it was ever a problem in the first place. The smaller squares and the highlighted shape bit in the directions are really what threw a wrench in it for me in the beginning, but once you complete your first one, the rest is easy. Alright, I'm out of here, nation. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to check out my giveaway. I'm giving away a free Mass Effect pre-order code along with $50 in BioWare store credit, thanks to Kinguin and BioWare. The link is in the description box below. Definitely check that out and make sure you guys enter. When I really started getting serious about YouTube, which was about 10 months ago, I promised everyone that the larger I would become, the more giveaways we would have, with the end goal being to give away consoles, mics, games, store credit, stuff like that. Now, we're not quite there yet, but a free game and $50 in store credit is a great place to start. And hopefully I can continue to keep giving stuff away to you guys out there of the nation. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at SlyNation or on Facebook, SlyNation Gaming. It's the best place to keep an eye on everything Mass Effect as well as new upload from my channel. Alright guys, keep a lookout for more Mass Effect Andromeda videos coming out here very soon, but until next time, this is your boy Sly, and I'll catch you all later.